you shouldn't fear money. I think there's a lot of people who are very scared with money, and they hold on to it, and they're very fearful with it. And they say scared money doesn't make money, and scared people don't conquer the world. And I mean, if someone were to go to your website and decide to sign up, I don't even know how much your products cost or whatever.
We don't actually sell. We don't sell a single product.
Okay. We don't sell. We try and give free advice to help as many people level up as possible.
Amazing.
It's a similar,
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll talk about myself, right? So there are people who will look at my online school and they'll go, "That's $49 a month," and they're scared. And I'll sit and say, "You're so fearful over $49 a month. Your chance of getting rich are absolutely zero. Keeping that $49, the chance of it ever changing your life is 0%. So why are you scared to try? It's insane."
I think the problem is a lot of people get into the saving habit, and the problem is, and what I try to get over to people, there's a limit to how much you can save, period.
Yep.
If you earn X amount, there's a limit to what you can save.
Yep.
There is no limit to how much money you can earn.
And you
no limit.
Completely. And you can't save yourself to a lifestyle.
No.
And that's the thing. So I have 36 cars, right? Let's take one of them. Let's take the Bugatti. That's 5.2 million. Let's do some easy math. Let's say you make $5,000 a month and you manage to live completely for free. You manage to walk to work for free, eat for free, don't need clothes. Your complete life's free. That's 100 months. How 100 divided by 12, that's 70 something years. You need to work and save for 70 years to afford one of my 36 cars in one of my 7 houses. You can't save yourself to the top.
No.
You can only earn your way to the top. So the idea of saving money, a safety net, knowing that you can have peace of mind, taking care of your family or your children, all that I understand. But truthfully, your goal when you wake up shouldn't be like, how do I save more money? That's scared. That's fearful. The universe and God does not reward fearful people or cowardice. There's a degree of cowardice in how do I save more, as opposed to the opposite. Well, I'll just go take more. I'll just go make more. I'll just go make more. If it costs me $400,000 to go see Dan Bilzerian, fine. I'll just go make more money. And it's that attitude. It's that entrepreneurial spirit.
It's the abundance mindset.
It's the abundance mindset. So money for me is a tool, and I get whatever I want. I went shopping in London 2 days ago. I spent, and me and Tristan sat and talked about it, because the coolest thing about being rich is talking about when you were broke. It's the funnest thing. In fact, I'm glad I wasn't born rich, because if I didn't have that, being rich would be boring in many ways.
Yeah.
It's only funny because you can talk about the olden days.
100%.
So me and Tristan just spent $350,000 on Christmas presents, right?
Lovely.
Yeah, but you get to the point where money has so little value. Like we walked in, Tristan saw a pair of Jimmy Choo heels, and he's like, "I'll give them to one of his girls or whatever." And he goes, "What's her shoe size?" I go, "I don't know." He goes, what sizes you got?" They go, we got 36 to 39. He goes, "Okay, just give me 11 pairs of the same shoe." Because money, instead of texting her and finding out her shoe size, just give me everything. They locked the front of the store. There's a huge line because me and Tristan are in there. No one else is allowed in, and money for us is a tool to shape the world. And I think that's what a lot of people also don't understand about being rich. You don't want to be rich. You want to be powerful. That's what really is going to satisfy you in your soul. It's the power. It's not the I can afford this, that. That's nice for a while. But really what makes you happy is there's 60 of these Bugattis on earth. Everyone wants one. Who gets one? I do. Because you can't have one. That's the fun of it, right? So it's power you're truly chasing. And if you want to be powerful, you can't be scared to invest money and spend money. A lot of people at home, if they want to make more money, need to invest in themselves.
Yeah.
They invest in themselves. And maybe they've been taught, well, if I just save. Let me say to everyone here at home, if you are saving less than $10,000 a month, and you're just saving, your chance of being rich is fucking zero. You need to go and do something else and make more. Invest in yourself, get knowledge, pay attention to mentors, start another business, open something. You need to do something, because you're not going to save your way to the top. The average person at home, you're not earning enough to ever save. If you never save 100% of your wage, you're still going to be broke. You have to get to a level of earning. And it's that spirit you need to have when it comes to money. And it truly is, the abundance mindset is true. I remember when I was broke. I thought everyone was broke.
You do.
Because I was broke.
100%.
And then you get rich and you start thinking, shit, everyone has money. Every supercar I want is sold out. Every diamond watch I want is sold out. The private jet charters are full. The yachts are full. As soon as you get rich, you start
Who are all these people that got money? Who are they?
I was just in Dubai, and my houses are being built. They're going to be completed this year. I bought a bunch of them off plan, so I decided to rent. And I rented a house on the Palm, and it's $25,000 a day, dollars, and I rented it. And I'm sitting there, and the landlord comes and goes, "I just got an offer for $35,000 a day. You need to leave." And I go, "Okay, well, I'll pay $40,000 a day." And then he came back and goes, the guy's offered $50,000 a day for a year. And I'm like, who am I even in a bidding war with? And I just left. I was like, you know what? Take it. I'll get another one. But like, there's people out there with money like you couldn't fucking fathom. There is so much money in the world. So you do get to a level of wealth. Another time it hit me, I was at Monaco. I was sitting around dinner in Monaco after, it was on a car rally, funnily enough. And there's like 10 of us. And I just looked around the table by coincidence and I saw everyone's wearing a nice watch. And I thought, when I was broke, the idea, if someone told me they had 30 or 40 grand in the bank, I thought they were doing good. Now I'm sitting at a table, everyone's wearing a $100,000 watch. Nobody gives a fuck. It's just like, there's levels to the game. And when you get up to the top, you realize there's money everywhere. The abundance mindset, there are so many rich people. So if you're not where you want to be financially, I hope this pisses you off, because I'm telling you to annoy you, that you're sitting there struggling to pay your bills. There are people out there making so much money you couldn't possibly fathom, who have anything they want all of the time. And you may sit there and go, oh, but they're miserable. A lot of them aren't. Trust me, they're having a great time. So you need to make a bunch more money, because there's money everywhere.
So what do you think of Monaco? Because that's really, in a way, the old Dubai, but it's fighting back a little bit.
Yeah, it was the old Dubai, but I think people are losing faith in it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think
because it's so restricted in size, isn't it?
It's restricted in size, and also I think because obviously they have heavy influence in the European Union and France. They pretend they don't, but they do. And I think for a lot of nationalities, it's still scary to put your money there.
Yeah.
Dubai is safe for everybody. Dubai does not discriminate. If you come and you obey our laws, and you obey our rules, and you respect our religion and respect our society, everybody is welcome. And that's how a country should be. It's actually truly beautiful that Dubai is, United Arab Emirates as a whole, I think it's 80% of people are immigrants. Think about it. They have
it's amazing, isn't it?
80% immigration with no crime, no homelessness, no drugs.
And immigration's a good thing and seen as a good thing, obviously.
But it's a good thing because people respect the country. This is what the problem the West has. If you walk into somebody's house and it's a shithole, you're not going to be worried about taking your cup away because the place is a shithole. But if you walk in and it's pristine, you're going to pick up your cup when you go to the bathroom, right? So
you can say, where's the coaster?
Completely. So because no one respects this place, people just turn up and just abuse it. Whereas everybody respects the UAE, which is why immigration's been so fantastic.
Well, we'd like to come out and see you when you're out there as well. So we'll drop you the nod when we're out there.
I was looking forward to January. As much as it's a pleasure to have you here, I was looking forward to January for sure.
There should be room in the villa. We'll be okay.
That sounds good.
That'd be awesome.
Do you think it's a good idea to set such high goals, particularly for the average Joe? Because what we find is quite often they set these goals and they fall short, and then they, I don't want to say the word feel depressed, but they feel that they're not able to get there.
Yeah. I mean, social media and the world as a whole is now setting unrealistic goals for people, whether they like it or not.
Because it's everyone's airbrush lifestyle.
Completely. It's very hard now to be a man in the world and not have unrealistic expectations. If you're anywhere on the internet, you're seeing a whole bunch of crypto 19-year-olds pushing fucking cars and doing all this shit. So yeah, your expectations are going to be ridiculously high. So I think people who get demotivated because they don't quite hit where they want to get just need to be more realistic about it. And like I said, you need to get a piece of paper or understand on a scale of 1 to 10 and say, how stressed do I want to be? How much pressure do I want to feel like I'm under? How much can I take? And be honest with yourself. I know I can handle it. I'm a professional. I've had 87 professional world champion fights. I've been there. I've been in the dressing room about to go fight a dude who just killed his last opponent. Like, I understand pressure. Most people don't. So you have to sit and go, how much pressure can I really take? Between 1 and 10. Well, let's say it's a 6 or a 7. Okay. And then you have to work out an income that reflects that, and that should be your goal, and be happy with it. People sit there and go, yeah, I want to be as rich as Tate. I want to be top cheetah. Most of you, the reason you're not here is because you couldn't do it. I could hand my life over to a bunch of people, even as it is completed.
And they couldn't do it.
They couldn't live it. They couldn't live it. They just fucking.
Is that because they want that safety net as well? Do you think that's an aspect that allows you to push to the level you have?
Well, there's equal and opposite forces in the world. Everybody wants to glitz and glamour. Nobody wants equal and opposite force. Like, there's no such thing as, there's a whole bunch of good with the fame. There's a whole bunch of bad with the fame. There's a whole bunch of good with the money. There's a whole bunch of bad with the money. So that's how it goes. I wanted this life. This is exactly what I want. It makes me happy. But there's a whole bunch of people who would not be happy in my position just because of the amount of pressure they're under. In my last cancellation, we had press trying to find my mother, family members doxxed. My last 20 ex-girlfriends called and offered a bribe, effectively 100,000 pounds, to do a negative story on me. None of them turned. Bank accounts frozen, travel bans, all my social media is deleted, all over the news, national news, I'm evil, press releases in the schools saying that I'm bad for young men and I'm misogynistic. Like, most people are not prepared for that level of pressure. I slept fine. Most people would be like, whoa, There are death threats. Like, most people can't handle that. I can handle it fine. Most can't. You have to decide what you want to deal with. So when you're setting your expectations, it shouldn't just be about how much money you want to make. It's truly about how stressed and how much pressure do I want to be under. I actually enjoy it. I'm a warrior. I'd be bored in the other way. I want people coming for me. That's what I want. But if you don't want that, then don't build a life that does that.
The fear I have is that those that can't take that sort of pressure could actually be plugging into the matrix. They're going to be plugging into the metaverse and having their better life there and living there.
Well, yeah, and that's what
As
they
an
want.
opt-out.
Well, yeah, and that's what they want a lot of people to do. But for now, at least, you can't escape the brutal realities of the real world. And I think also that, truthfully, on your deathbed, you're gonna regret all the chances you didn't take. I think, especially as a man, I think we're out here to conquer, and I've always taken a lot of risks.